What is up, everyone? I hope you all are doing well. My name is Ishaan, and welcome to the video. This past week was the first week that the semester technically started, but this first week was for graduate student work, so classes were not in session. Classes actually start tomorrow, so this week, and I was traveling, so I didn't get to do a whole lot of work this past week on my research projects and stuff, but still a relatively decent amount that I could make some progress. And in today's video, I just want to go over some of the learnings from this week and also some goals for this upcoming week. I'm starting to realize that the last couple of videos that I recorded, that now each video is gonna start to just be more specific about the things that I've been up to. So it's like I kind of started off with like a broad look, but now we're gonna start zooming in more and more to the day-to-day, what it looks like, and what I learned from it. So like I said, I didn't do a whole lot of work because I was traveling, but I did make progress on my projects, and that was because one of the mindsets and habits that I live by is small steps go a long way. So even though I was traveling, even though I wasn't dedicating a full workload week to the projects, you have to find small pockets of time, an hour, a couple hours, even 30 minutes, like, because if you find these small pockets of time and you're able to knock off some of the tasks, like over the course of the week, like that progress adds up, which is significantly better than if you were to just like not do anything at all and just take the entire week off. And that's just not my kind of strategy that I follow. I'm someone who even if I have a week off or I'm traveling or doing anything, there's always gonna be some task, some project stuff that I'll always continue to work on. And this past week, one of my biggest wins was actually completing a coding project for an AI technique that I'm learning, and being able to actually code that in Python and be able to submit it for a grade and like get it back from an online course. Like, it was just so satisfying, dude. I feel pretty good about that. And one of my goals for this week with that is to actually move on to the next part of that course. The course that I'm taking is supervised machine learning, which specifically talks about linear regression, polynomial regression, and classification. So I've finished the linear regression part, and I've finished the linear regression and the polynomial regression, and now I'm heading into the part of classification. So my goal this week is to actually wrap up that entirety of course, earn that certificate. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to this week because I genuinely think I can knock off that goal. And then following that, the next course to take would be neural networks. So excited for that too. But I think that's a goal for not this week. So we'll have to revisit that one in the next video. Oh, on my travels, actually, I visited my old workplace. I used to work at Epic, which is a healthcare tech company, very different from a Planetary Sciences PhD, of course, but that was my first job out of undergraduate, and it mainly consisted of problem solving. I can go deep into this if you really want me to, so let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a full video on my experience at Epic and the healthcare tech industry and how I decided to transition from that into going back to grad school again. But with that said, what I was gonna say was that I visited my old workplace and I was just reminded of all these technical things that like I had to do for work, for things that I wasn't necessarily even passionate about. So I think it was just a good mindset refresher, because it reminded me that now the work that I'm doing is so much more aligned with what I like that there's no reason for me to not put in my full effort. So that was such a great reminder to have right before I'm about to start this week, where classes also begin. Those are the other things. And So a minor progress on projects, meeting with an advisor, lab meeting, all these things went on this week. And one of the other things that happened this week, which was a little sad, but updates are updates, and I gotta share. I Last semester I applied to three different fellowships: Hertz, PD Soros, and NSF. I heard back from Hertz within like 2 3 weeks. That's their timeline, and I didn't make it to the interview. And this past week, I also heard that I did not make it to the interview for PD Soros. So that's sad, bro. That's sad, and I'm like, damn, like that's tough because I thought I had it in the bag, but life be like that. And this, of course, there's like a lot of, oh, fuck, I dropped the mic, my bad. There's a lot of reflections and stuff that I do in my life to begin with, and being able to do that for these kinds of experiences in academia, and like when you're applying for stuff, of course it hurts, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely at a point where rejections don't really phase me anymore, and that's just because of how many times I've been through that process. And I always, like, now I know that rejection is just that it's just a rejection, bro. Like, it's not the end of the world. And what you have to do is you simply sit with it, you accept it, you try to extract any learnings, any lessons that you can, and after you derive those learnings, you take them with you and you move on to the next thing, and you start figuring out, okay, this was my goal in trying to achieve this. Now that I know that it's not meant for me, what am I going to try next? What am I going to do next? How am I going to keep getting better? How am I going to keep striving to aim for new things, new skills, new learnings? And having this kind of growth mindset, and just approaching things with this open mind of, it's okay if things don't work out as I planned, because there's something else that's in motion. It's just so grounding for me. And going through the journey of grad school, I know this is something that's going to be extremely important to continue to be reminded of, and keep in mind, because we're bound to enter we're bound to face rejections, obstacles, challenges in research projects, and a lot of different things that come with grad school. I did want to share that about the rejection piece, but we still have we still have NSF left, and we probably find out about that in March or April. So we shall see how things go, but no stress at all. Like I said, classes start this week. I'm excited. I'm nervous because I think classes will. I did the math. I'll be in class for maybe like 6-ish hours, which isn't a whole lot to think. That's not a lot of hours in class time, but you have to think about doing pre-class work, doing homework, and all those things in addition to your research work. So it starts to add up. Luckily, I'm not TAing this semester, so I don't have to worry about that. Did I think I did mention my classes last video, but I'm taking planetary habitability and space instrumentation and colloquium. Colloquium is basically different professors, lecturers visit our campus and give a talk on their research work, which spans like a bunch of different fields, because EAPS, Department of Earth, Atmospheric and Planetary Sciences at Purdue, is very, very diverse, and it's honestly such a blessing to be able to learn from different individuals. And even though sometimes you may not align with who's presenting and the way that they're presenting things, there's still always something that you can learn, and I always appreciate that. I always appreciate that. So some goals for this week, like I said, the AI thing, I really want to finish the course. Like, I'm so excited, and there's like 2 or 3 projects for this part of the course that I have to do, like coding projects. So I'm actually like really looking forward to getting into that and like getting that done, and actually like learning more of AI things. And yeah, it's been keeping me very excited. Classes, I'm excited to read through my syllabus, syllabi, make sure that I'm getting the deadlines right, putting those shits in my calendar, because yo, motherfuckers gotta be organized. That's how it worked in life, and that's how I've been able to be successful in undergrad career and then post undergrad. And yeah, no, time management and prioritization is key. So being able to think about and planning out some of the semester things at early on time is it's quite helpful for me. So classes, some meetings, lab meeting, advisor meetings, being able to like dedicating time to prep for those, making sure that they run efficiently. Anything that I have to add or prepare, gotta take care of that. And of course, I'm still working on my Cantera project, which is doing traditional thermochemical modeling to predict chemical reactions in different temperature and pressure conditions. So you can use that for um, early Earth or even like outside Earth settings, specifically focusing on Titan, Saturn's largest moon, which is my body of interest. So yeah, continuing to make Cantera progress, which I just want to say, here's the thing with that Cantera project, yo. I've been there's this one small thing that I haven't been able to figure out, like why it's going wrong. I'm trying to reproduce some results from previous paper that my advisor has worked on, and the, I've gotten most of it down, bro. Like I'm able to get to most of it. There's just one part that's not matching up, and I haven't been able to figure out like what the issue is and why it's not matching up. But once I do, it's which I most definitely will with time and fingers crossed by the end of this week I'll be able to say that I was able to actually go on that cockroach hunt and fucking figure that motherfucker out. Yo, I'm ready to get that done. Cantera project, AI things, and then also dedicate some time to doing some literature review for a lab paper that our whole lab is working on writing, which is to. Oh, actually, I don't even know if we can like talk about it yet. Not sure, but anyways, it's about some instrumentation and how to like optimize certain analyses to target specific compounds of interest and identify them. That was a good generalization of things, but yeah, no. So these are some of my learnings, some of my goals for this week. Super excited for what this semester holds. I know it's gonna be a good semester regardless of everything that happens. Like it's all gonna be great, and I'm just really excited. Anyways, we're like 13 minutes into the video. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you got something out of the reflection process that I go through in just getting my mind prepared for what's about to come next for the week, especially in grad schools. And if there's any specific questions or things that you're wondering about, let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you all in the next video.